Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Hazel Adams. Thank you for joining me today on this beautiful July 3rd. I hope you all have, at least in the United States, have some nice festivities planned for yourself. So I just wanted to jump on here real quick because something just came up in a client session that I realized I might want to clarify. We all know, if you're watching this, we all know that we are in a giant ascension into the higher vibration consciousness, fifth dimension. We all know that it's not the intention of every single person on the planet to ascend in this lifetime. That's absolutely true. But that many, many more than we ever thought possible will, because the more of us that rise into that higher vibrational self, the true God, love, light, pure self, that's not hindered in the old sort of set of rules and circumstances, the paradigm of all the negativity, lack, fear, everything we already know about. That we as a species, and so many of us as individuals, are doing that we do make it easier for those that are sort of on the edge or on the cusp to sort of just whoosh right up with us. And in this process, so many of us, some very, very consciously and in an aware way, and some sort of waking up to it. In this process, we're becoming aware of what doesn't feel authentic or good or right to us anymore. Many people are finding that the things that used to hold their interest, the old goals and dreams and the things that were just so interesting and absorbing, they're not interesting to us anymore. The old things that we thought were important are not what's important anymore. You'll see some YouTubes out there about, I don't want to do anything anymore. I'm ascending and I just don't want to do anything, because the elements of the old way of being no longer apply. But we haven't quite gotten into where we're in the new paradigm of our true pure self, honoring our authentic joys and interests. So, and I actually just had a conversation about this with a neighbor just a day or two ago. He was saying, I used to love to fish, and and for a while I moved here and I did kayaking, but just nothing is interesting me anymore. And I had said to him, that's what we're doing, meaning as a species, that's what we're doing now. The old versions and histories of ourselves and definitions are falling away so that we can be free to be in what is true to our heart's joy, our heart's and soul's desire, our true inspiration. And those things do and will come. And that's why we're dropping sort of the trappings of the old way of being, of the small self, as Paul Selig's guides put it. So I had said to him, right, what you're going through is exactly what we're going through. It's what we're doing now. And I likened it to, looking at a boo-boo on your arm that's scabbing up. If it's scabbing up, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing to fix. It's what's happening is exactly what needs to be happening. And so that's what most of us are going through. We're having realizations of this doesn't thrill me anymore. This isn't interesting to me anymore. And realizations of, I don't want to feel that way anymore. I don't want to hold those feelings anymore toward that person, because colloquially, it's harsh in my mellow. I, as God consciousness, focus through the eyes of Kathy or Stephanie or Georgia, whoever, I am pure love, light, joy, creativity with my unique potentials and creative urges, etc. So I am pure love, light, joy, creativity. I don't like the feeling of feeling hurt or resentful or tied to something that someone did to me or something that's going on. It doesn't feel good to me. And I said to a client, that's what we're doing right now. And understandably, I see where she was coming from. She says, well, I don't have goals. I don't want to do and strive. We're not talking, and that's what I'm here to clarify. We're not talking about striving and making ourselves ascend. That's more of the same old. That's more of the old paradigm. It is not a striving. It's not a, I'm going to make myself ascend. What can I do to make myself ascend? It is an allowance. It is a decision. It's a knowing that I am pure love, light, joy. I want to experience that, more of that, please. And anything that needs to change or be shed, I am willing to let be shed. It's an allowing the stuff that isn't your pure love, light, joy, creativity, your soul's truth. Anything that isn't that, it's an allowing it to be shed. Sometimes it comes to your attention with insights, like, I don't want to feel that way toward my toxic family anymore, or all kinds of things. But the point being is, if you are going through sometimes seeing things that you realize, that doesn't fit me, that's not what I want in my life, that's you ascending. We aren't doing it, we're allowing it. And as a species, when I say doing, as a species, that's what we're doing. That's what's happening. But I don't like to use the word happening, because that implies it's happening to us from somewhere. No, our consciousness itself is sourcing this ascension. The old way is no longer interesting or satisfying. We're waking up to the fact that it isn't, and that there's a way better way of being in our goodness, our light, our goodness of being, our rightness of being, our joy. And so please don't ever misunderstand me or anybody if we mistakenly use the word do, because the happen also implies happening to, as if it's a passive thing, which it is not. So as a species, we are ready, willing, and able, and we are allowing ourselves to raise into the higher vibrational version of what we're able to be. Again, will every single person that's on the planet right now get there in this lifetime? No, of course not. Will every single person be at the exact same place? No. Some people will still very much be in the fourth dimension, maybe at the very, very highest end of the fourth dimension. Some people will be in the upper room, but as Paul Selig's guides, not but, and, it's an octave. They may be just in joy and light and love and perceiving everybody as just part of them, and everybody's good and we're all good. And there's going to be at the top of that octave very much a conscious awareness of exactly what's going on with, and all the love and the light, and exactly what's going on and how we're creating it. It's an octave. There's no one way for it to be. But anyway, it's something that we are allowing. You can't make it. You can't force it. You just give yourself to it. There's that word surrender again, with intention of just rising into the highest that you are able to be for your own heart's joy. So have a wonderful day. Have a safe and wonderful weekend, however you do or don't celebrate. And I'll be talking with you all again soon. Bye-bye.